This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, good morning everyone. I hope to yesterday you have uh, learned something about how connecting potentiometer to Arduino, and you might have seen experiment on that one. Today we'll learn about LDR. LDR stands for light dependent resistor. Okay, when I say light dependent resistor, with the intensity of light falling on this particular LDR, the corresponding resistance will change. Okay, LDR by falling light on this particular LDR, intensity or resistance of this particular LDR will be changed. Okay, for example, if I have a dark room and keep LDR inside that particular dark room, the resistance will be different. And if I keep this LDR in daylight or outside a room where we have enough light, then its resistance will be different. Okay, in darkness the resistance of LDR is very high. It will be in the range of 1 mega ohm. Okay, and when this particular LDR is exposed to light, then the resistance of the LDR will decrease drastically, and it will be in the range of few ohms. Maybe I can consider something like 50 ohms, 60 ohms, something like that. Now V out we can find out by using this particular formula. Okay, if you remember, we have seen in earlier classes voltage divider circuit. Okay, voltage divider circuit we have seen, right? Okay, this I can consider V out equals to VCC into R2 by R2 plus R1, like that we consider, right? So the same thing we can also use here. Instead of that resistance we have LDR. LDR is also a resistor, and its resistance varies with respect to whether light is available or not available. Okay, I hope that concept is clear for you. Now let us see this particular equation. Okay, this particular equation, if I observe, there are two cases. From this point, if I consider R1 equals to 1 mega ohm, the other case is R1 equals to 50 ohm. Okay, I just want your responses. Like, for example, if R1 is 1 ohm, I'll get some kind of voltage, right? Again, let us say in this case, the value of voltage V output we get, I'll write as VO1. In this case, I'll write the voltage as VO2. Okay, and I'm considering VCC equals to let's say 5 volts. Okay, I'm considering VCC equals to 5 ohms, and R2, let us consider uh, for simplicity, let us consider 1 mega ohm itself. Okay, now let me ask you a question, whether VO1 will be high or VO2 will be high. Which one will be bigger value? You just calculate and let me know. By substituting these values in the formula of V out, calculate VO1 and VO2. Okay, VO2 will be high. VO2, let me check. R2, okay. What about others? Lakshmi Kalyan. Is it clear for you why VOT will be high? Is it clear, Lakshmi Kalyan? Okay, then we will proceed. Like you have observed, like when light is available, as I told, the resistance will be less. When light is not there, resistance will be high. So with those two things, we can say like when light is available, this output will be high, but when light is not available, voltage will be less. Is it correct? The same thing we'll try observing by connecting LDR to Arduino. Okay, let me go to Tinkercad. Okay, I'll go with new circuit. I'll directly take this one. This is nothing like in general, what do we do? For every circuit, we need positive and negative. So rather than making circuit very complex, what we are doing is we are taking ground connection from Arduino and we are giving connection here. As we have discussed earlier, as the highlighted horizontal line shows, all those lines are connected now. Okay, and next thing, we are taking this 5 volts and connecting to this particular thing, and all these horizontal pins are having 5 volts now. And I am making a connection from here to here. So all these horizontal pins will be of same ground. And again, I am connecting from here to here. So all these points will be having 5 volts. I hope that is clear for you. Now let me go for LDR photoresistor. Okay, LDR we can also call photoresistor. And remember here, when we are connecting this LDR, okay, I'll zoom it. See here, the two terminals I'm connecting in two different vertical lines. Okay, if I connect something like this, let's take this. If I do like, if I connect like this, okay, that means we are doing a short circuit because complete this vertical line is having interconnections inside. So if I keep two terminals here, I'm going to do wrong connections. I'm shorting that indirectly. So I don't want to do like that. Okay, I can just place like this. Okay, automatically this LED will be this internal terminal will be connected to the corresponding pin. Okay, next what I have to do, I should take a resistor. Okay, resistor, and again observe here for this resistor what I am doing. For this resistor, one connection I am giving on this particular line, one I am giving on this line. Like that we can give because we don't have any interconnection from this line to this line. Okay. Now this one I want to connect it to VCC because as you see here, okay, we have given a different connection. Let me change this end. Okay, this end I'll give it to VCC, other end I'll ground it. Only thing is, whatever the connection I give first, like connecting resistor to VCC and LDR to ground, in such case, we have done some calculation, right? When light is there, voltage will be more, light is not there, voltage will be less. Here you will get reverse. When light is not there, you will get more voltage. When light is there, you will get less voltage. That's the difference. Okay, depending on where we are connecting, that will be different. Okay, let me take a multimeter. Okay, and connect to this end, and ground I'll connect here. See, you don't have to take this much big wire, but I want everything in the form of straight line. That's the reason I'm connecting like this. Okay, now I have VCC, I have this one. I'm not doing anything with respect to Arduino as of now. Okay, I'm just taking power supply. Instead, you can also directly connect a battery and check this one. Okay. Uh, okay. I'll do start simulation. Okay, 27.7 millivolts. You can click on this. You will get this slider. That's the advantage of this circuit. This Tinkercad actually. Um, See, at present it is dark. I am increasing the brightness. You see here the voltage is increasing. Okay, I am decreasing, voltage is decreasing, increasing, voltage is increasing. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to make automatic street light. Okay, when I say automatic street light, what it has to do? Can you just respond in chat? We have discussed earlier about this. I didn't get your question, Lakshmi Kalyan. Can you elaborate it? What you are asking?
Sir, instead of LDR component, we cannot use LDR module.
Like, what's the difference? LDR component or module?
This is a component, sir. Now we are using only 2 terminals. It has.
Yes.
A module has 3 terminals, sir. Positive,
Uh,
negative, and output.
where did you see that one?
Sir, we have in our school, sir.
LDR module.
Yes, sir.
Let me check once about what we are asking. This one.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me see what. Uh, LM393 design can detect ambient brightness and light intensity. Uh, See, this is also same. Okay, the only difference
Yes.
is here when I consider this particular circuit, it's something like I have LDR here, resistor here, and I have output here, right? This
Yes.
complete thing they are coming up with some module. Okay, This is one pin, this is output pin, this is ground pin. Okay, so what's the problem basically with these manufacturers or any other people is uh, basically for a person who do not know about this LDR resistor etc, they will feel like, oh, this is very big component and I can spend 105 rupees for this one, something like that. But you can design this on your own, right? Okay, it
Yes.
says it's LM393 based design. Okay, it's just LDR can detect ambient brightness and light intensity. So with this circuit, can you detect? Just now we have seen, right? It can detect light intensity, right? Adjustable sensitivity. They have some potentiometer using which they will see like what intensity of light it can detect. Okay, and output is 0 to 5 volts. Even our output is in the range of 0 to 5 volts. LEDs indicating output power, like they have LEDs which indicate output power for the operating voltage, same operating current doesn't mean. Let me show you the price of just LDR. See, this is of 80 rupees, but there are some places where I'll get for 39 rupees also. Okay, even you can see here 10 rupees also. Okay, so I can get this LDR of 10 or 15 rupees. I can take a resistor. For example, if I take 1 kilo ohm resistor price, okay, uh, 5 pieces you are getting for 2 rupees. Okay, or for example, I'll go with potentiometer rather than resistor. 1 mega potentiometer price. Uh, 1 mega ohm, 10k part is of 15 rupees. See here, 2 pieces of 1 kilo ohm, 10 rupees. So you'll have in the range of 20 to 30. That's it. Okay, hardly. But what is the price they are quoting here? 105. So you can just imagine, like, if we are building, how much amount it will be, and if they are building, how much amount it will take. Okay, so maybe in your school itself you can buy these things and show like whatever the module we have, the same thing I am building over here, like that you can show. Okay, you got it.
Okay.
Okay, uh, for simplicity what I will do is, like, I'll try connecting LED, because we told about automatic street light thing, right? You can later stage you can replace this one with relay and actual bulb to work with normal household bulb. Okay, because this LED requires 2 volts, but our bulb requires 230 volts, right? That you can replace with a relay, and you can work with the uh, see here, like this is cathode we are supposed to connect it to ground, right? And anode you are supposed to connect it to positive. So again I'll take a resistor here. uh, I think I can use some 150 ohms. That's what we have seen earlier. I think 150 200 it's okay. I'll try connecting it to 8th pin, and sorry, uh, uh, this one has to be connected to ground, and this pin I need to I'll take 4th pin. Okay, uh, red, black. Okay, now I'll go to code. This one I'll remove. First I need to check what is the voltage we are getting at this point, right? So for that, I'll take this. I'll connect it to A0, that particular voltage. See, it's like rather than connecting here, I'm connecting here. Both are one and the same. Okay. Now I need to read what is the value we have at A0. Okay, and control this LED. So for that, I'll go to input, read analog pin A0. That's enough. That's what we want to read. Okay. I'll go with this control because I want to write an if else condition. See here, here I'll write condition. So the shape matches, then only it will work. So I'm going and collecting the same shape and dropping over here. Inside this, I'll drag and drop this. That means if read unlock pin on A0 is less than something, I want to do some operation. Okay. But before doing this one, I want to know what is the voltage we are getting actually. Okay. So first I'll go to serial print. I can duplicate this. First, let us consider what are the values we are getting as output of this LDR. Then we'll write condition. Okay, I'll just simulate. I'm clicking serial monitor. So when light is not there, you can see in serial monitor we are getting 6. I'm increasing the light. Okay, voltage is increasing, and here also in serial monitor the values are increasing. So maximum value we are getting here is 3.32 volts, and in serial monitor the corresponding value is 679. Okay, so I'll try keeping a threshold in between, like I'll keep a threshold over here, uh, something like this. Okay, so if my values are below 500, I'll consider it is dark. If my values are above 500, then I will consider we have enough light. Okay, then I'll go to this particular condition and I'll write if my values are less than 500, I need to switch on this LED, and that LED is connected to fourth pin. Okay, I'll take this set pin, this one to fourth high. Okay, whenever it is dark, you need to make that one high. Whenever it is light, you need to make that one low. Now let's start simulating. See here, light is blinking, light is glowing. I'll try changing the intensity. I'm at 476, still light is glowing. I crossed 500. Okay, 517, 507 at present. Light has stopped. Okay, I'm increasing. I'm increasing. Light is off. Okay, I'm decreasing. Light is on. Okay, so is it clear? You can just respond in chat. The concept, this concept, is it clear for you? If it's clear, we'll go with next one. Okay, like you also respond here, like are you comfortable with dragging and dropping the components over here? Okay, in that case what I will do is, for the next thing what I want to show, rather than dragging and connecting everything, I'll take automated, like whatever the circuit I have built already, I'll try explaining because since this is the last day and we have just half an hour more, okay, I want I want you to see directly things. Okay, um, I'll go with PIR first. Okay, first let me tell the connections over here. Okay, the concept is like we are considering an Arduino. Okay, and I want to see if someone is moving in front of my door. If someone comes, I'm considering this as door because this is just servo motor. If I connect uh, a particular object to this one, it can rotate. For example, near toll gates, you might have observed whenever a particular car comes, after paying bill, automatically that toll gate will be open, or after that it will be closed. Okay, let us consider that particular application. The same application can be utilized for your door also. Okay, so this PIR, it actually detects motion. Okay, so this is signal pin. Basically it can say if someone is there, is moving or not moving. Okay, the second one is power. Then I have ground. Power pin I am directly giving to 5 volts. Ground I am directly giving to ground. Signal one I am giving to fourth pin. Okay, digital pin, because the input generated by this one is in digital manner, 0 or 1. Servo motor, this is ground, this is power, this is the input given for servo motor from this particular module. Okay, and this LED connection, you know as it is. Let me simulate first and show you. After that we will go for code explanation. Okay, it has started. Again, to check the working, I'll click on this PIR sensor. PIR is a passive infrared, we call it as, or motion sensor we can call. As you can see here, I'll just drag this one. Okay, so that you can see wide area. Okay, in this range, if someone is moving, this one detects. Okay, see, I am moving, LED is glowing, and that particular gate is open. I'll stop. LED has stopped and door is also stopped. Like it has come into normal position. Outside I am moving. Okay, LED is off. Outside it's not detecting. When I get inside and move, it's working. You can also consider the same thing for escalator. Like someone is there walking in front of escalator, obviously it will start. Okay, or for example, you can also connect a buzzer over here, and it will give sound if someone is moving. Okay, I'll go to code and see what is there. The first thing I'm doing is set PIR. Okay, uh, I have created a variable LED. You can just create like this with name. Okay, XYZ. So automatically that thing will come, and here it will reflect whether you want to set XYZ, LED, PIR, change LED, PIR, XYZ. Okay, anyway, I don't want this XYZ, delete XYZ. Okay, set PIR. I want to set this PIR. What it has to do? It has to read from digital pin, because basically this is some variable. PIR is a variable that has to take the status of this particular sensor. From where? From fourth pin. That's the reason I am writing here set PIR to read digital pin 4, since we are connecting to 4. If you are connecting to other pin also, you can select the corresponding thing. Now this variable PIR will have the value which we are receiving from PIR sensor, and we are checking if that particular PIR equals to 1, then I am making this eighth pin is connected to LED high, rotate servo motor 30 degrees, which is connected on third pin. Okay, you can see here servo is connected to third pin. Okay, rotate servo to 30 degrees. Print serial PIR, whatever the value we have for that serial, that we are printing. Okay, see here, starts inletting. Okay, there is no motion at present, so it is printing 0, and you can see LED is not blown. This this servo motor is also in 0 position, because I have written like that, set pin 8th low when PIR is not equals to 1. If it is not equals to 1, then I am making that pin low, and servo motor will be in 0 degrees, and I am printing that one. Now I will move okay, I am moving the serial monitor value. You can observe it is 1, LED is glowing, and servo motor is at 90 degrees. Okay, so that's about this thing. Automatic door opening, I can say. Okay, is it clear? You can just respond in chat if it is clear. Okay, I'll go with other things. I'll go with ultrasonic. As we discussed earlier, ultrasonic basically it detects if it detects the distance of an object or obstacle, something like that. Okay, so in malls, basically what we observe is, as soon as someone comes in front of the door opens, right? Earlier we considered if there is motion, door should open. Here we are considering if someone is standing, door should open. Okay, we'll see the working first. I'll decrease the size. Okay, I'll check the code once. We have created a variable centimeter, we have created a variable inches. Okay, these are just comments, these two things. Set this particular variable centimeter to read ultrasonic distance, okay, from the sensor which we have connected on 7th pin. On 7th pin I have connected this thing. Okay, so you are going to get in centimeters what is the distance, then I'm trying to convert it into inches. So set inches to this particular thing. Okay, So these things we are actually getting from this one. So the first module, centimeter, okay, divided by 2.54, then I'll get inches. Okay, and we are trying to print these things, inches, and everything over here. Okay, I want to rotate this servo motor, right? So I'll do like write an if condition. Okay, inside this if I want to check something, that is centimeter. Centimeter, let's say if it is less than 50, sorry, this has to be here, not there. If centimeter is less than 50, then I want to open the door. Okay, output servo. Let's check for servo, rotate servo. On which pin? Servo I have connected on third pin. So I'll take 3 to 90. 90 or even okay, you can go with 180, else it's 0. Okay, I hope you understood the concept. First we are trying to get values in centimeter and inches, then I am checking the condition. If below 50 centimeters you are opening, else you are closing. Let's start simulating. See in serial monitor, the distance is 75. I'm increasing the distance. There is no change in the servo. I'm decreasing. Okay, 40. I came to 40. Uh, sorry. We are getting 41 inches, but centimeters is 106. I'll just replace this one with inches. Okay, I'm checking if inches less than 50, it has to work. Okay, you see now it is 37. I'll increase, door open, door closed. Okay, I'll also make this one 90 only so that you can understand easily. Okay, I hope it's clear. Okay, hello, Badri sir.
Sir,
Sir, this one I'll share. Like you have speakers over there.
no, I'll connect my headset, sir. No problem.
No, if system generates sound, whether You will be able to show them.
Acha, okay.
That's it.
Shall I show it with speakers directly?
I didn't get
I
you.
think my speaker will work.
Okay. I shared. You can just search Vikas in projects.
Tinkercad.
Yeah. You search Vikas profile and let me know what you are getting.
One second, sir. I'm signing in. Acha, I have to type Vikas in search design, sir.
Yeah. A search circuit.
Circuit only.
Like this. You go to top right, search people. You can go to people and try searching for Vikas. Okay, it's giving many things, right? Vikas V, I'll type. Second one, I'm getting Vikas V. And in that,
Search people.
yeah,
Vikas.
Vikas V.
I got Vikas V.
In that, click on circuits.
Okay, I got your circuits.
Okay, last, yeah, 1, 2, 3, fourth line you have, I think, the speaker one.
I'm not getting all, sir. Push button LDR plus LED, series LED control.
Do one thing, you share your screen.
Else I'll give you the remote control. I think you can log in from here. Right, sir.
Okay.
Once you request keyboard and mouse control, sir, I'll give you the keyboard and mouse control so that you can directly control.
No, right now I am presenter, right? I cannot do that. I'll make you presenter.
I'll share my screen.
Yeah, I made you presenter.
I shared my screen, sir.
Okay. Okay, only these are the things you are getting.
I'll search, sir, or else I'll search. You show them the.
I'm making public now. You reload once.
I think there might be some issue.
I'll do one thing. I'm sending the link. You try clicking that link. Let's see.
Okay, sir. Yes, send.
No, in chat box I have sent.
Okay. This isn't the page you are looking for. It is showing this isn't the page you are looking for or something. Will you? I'm getting this page.
Now you check.
I think this is opening.
No.
No, this will open.
Okay.
Sir, I'll stop sharing the screen. You explain them, the other circuits. I got it. Okay, fine. I got it.
Okay. Start simulating. And try moving in front of the PIR.
Okay.
Sound has to come. Actually, buzzer is blowing.
I think you people can unmute yourself. There are very less participants, no? Are you able to hear the sound?
No,
Whenever I move, whenever I'm moving in the range of PIR, getting a buzzer, right? This can be used as a burglar alarm. Like you can use the PIR at the door or somewhere around your house, and whenever you're out of your house, you can place a buzzer or speaker type thing. As this is a small one, you can use some big sirens which are there, and you can connect and you can get the message, or you can do a lot of things with PIR. Like you can make on your portico light, or you can make on your room light. Like whenever you're moving in the room, the light should be on. Whenever you are not present in the room, the light. These things can be done using this. Are you able to hear the sound?
no.
No sound, huh?
Like for the system, you have speaker.
Speaker is there.
You remove your headset and try playing that.
I did not use my headset, sir. I'll mute myself and I'll play. So then also I'll not get right.
Like you are able to hear that sound.
I am able to hear the sound, but
No, we are not able to hear. Okay, it's okay. Like others, I am taking this screen back. See, you can just observe over here on this particular buzzer. Okay, you can see kind of waves or something like that. Okay, I'll start simulating. You are able to see my screen. Okay, see here, like I'm like if I keep my headset, I am able to hear my sound, this sound, but I cannot make you hear the thing. uh, you can see here some waves are coming whenever I am moving across the speaker. When I go out, I don't have that thing. Okay, you can just try out the circuit in your systems. You'll be able to understand that. Let me go to code. Code is just simple thing. Like earlier we have seen with IR, right? Okay, LED coming, everything same thing. PIR, we are reading from 4th pin. If PIR equals to 1, set pin 8th. 8th pin, what I have, this buzzer high. If no one is there, I am making that one as low. Okay, so like that I can make this thing work. Okay, so I want to stop over here. I'll go back to the original circuit of LED. Okay, because I even wanted you to see how we can actually dump code into hardware. Okay, I'll click code. I want to get the code of this one because this is not the code which we will be dumping hardware into hardware. I click on block plus text. See here, this is the code which will be used. Automatically we will get, right now I am not interested in explaining the code, but whatever I am writing here, the same thing is reflected here. Okay, you just need to copy this complete thing. Okay, the software which we will be using for this one is, you can click on Arduino Uno. Maybe I'll try Arduino software Arduino in Google. I'll click this. Okay, I'm just telling the procedure. You can even code online. Okay, you can click on code online, or you can also download. You can see if you are using Windows, you can use Windows zip file for non-admin install. Okay, if you are going with online, you can create online thing. Okay, I hope I have an account. Uh, okay, I'll log in with my Gmail. Okay, here you can download. The other thing is you can code online. See here, new sketch. I can click on new sketch. Okay, you will get new sketch. Select all these things and paste, Control V. Okay, whatever the code I have copied from here, I'm pasting here. Okay, for example, if I want to check if this is correct code or not, I can just click verify and save. Let me check, verify and save. It says it's fine. Okay, so if I have to load this complete thing into my board, I need something. Okay, so what I need is, I need to install the plugin. Okay, you can click on install the plugin. A plugin will be there. Okay, start, download, save. Okay, I have just installed the plugin. Okay, I'll just click Arduino, create. Arduino web editor. Okay, I'll have the code and uh, board I need to select. In such case, after doing this create thing, I need to select board. The board name is Arduino Uno. Arduino Uno. Okay, and let me verify. Okay, verified. For example, if I have connected a particular port, if I have connected the board, then it will also ask for the corresponding port number also I can give. Okay, if you don't have access for this thing, the other option you can do is after installing Arduino, you will get something like this. Okay, I said you need to download the zip file and install, right? Once you do that one, you will get icon like this. Double click that. Okay, I can go with the file, new. Okay, Control A, Control V. Whatever the program we have built in Tinkercad, the same thing I am doing here. This is for verifying. You can click verify. It will ask you to save. You can save in any folder. Then other options we have are new, open, existing, and there are some examples you can look out. Okay, different wide varieties of examples are available. Okay, sketch tools, board information you can get. Basically, you need to select a board, Arduino, or it can also be called as Gen, port number. If I connect a particular board, you will get port number. It's not COM1, you will get something like COM3, COM4, etc. I need to select. After that, I need to upload the code. This is the serial monitor. Okay, that's it. If you are working from a particular Arduino software, you need to do like that. More details on that one, you can just uh, search in YouTube, or later you can contact us also if you have any doubts regarding that one. Okay. This is all we have. If you have any doubts, you can just post in chat, or you can directly ask. We have just less number of people, right? You can just ask directly. Like Lakshmi Kalyan, which standard you are studying?
8th, sir.
Okay, from which school?
Kendriya Vidyalaya.
Okay, Kendriya Vidyalaya Uppal.
Yes, sir.
Okay, about Akila, what about you?
I am BTech second year, sir.
ECE.
Yes, sir.
Okay, like later stage, if you have any doubts, you can contact us. Okay.
Sir, do you teach Raspberry Pi or Python coding?
What do you want?
Do you teach Raspberry Pi or Python coding?
Right now we haven't started any coding like workshop regarding Raspberry Pi or Python. Uh, like
Maybe.
there are some courses available. You can search Coursera. Okay, Coursera.org. Right now in our college we have free access for these things. Okay, even this option is available for schools also, like
School.
it says free learning resources during COVID for universities, government, and college students, etc. Even in your school can request free access to these things. In such case, you can join for free. Okay, even you can try joining for free. There are courses like IoT. Okay, this talks about programming for Arduino. Okay, Arduino programming, and also Raspberry Pi. It also discusses a little bit about Python. Okay, uh, but if your school is not able to fetch a free access for this one, you can try payment thing. Per month they'll charge 3,000 something like that. We do have Python courses in this thing. You can search Python. Okay, that's it. If we are conducting any workshops on Raspberry Pi or Python, we will inform. But if you want to work with Raspberry Pi, little bit knowledge of Python will be enough. You don't have to master in Python. Okay.
Sir, I did with Raspberry Pi, sir.
Okay, then if you want more of Python, then you can log into any one of these courses.
Okay, sir.
Okay, right now we are not conducting, but earlier some CSA department people have
Sir,
conducted. Yes,
uh,
yes, sir.
if they want, he can also try NPTEL Raspberry Pi or Python learning in
Yeah,
NPTEL.
that also you can do. Any other questions? Shall we close the session then?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, I
Okay.
hope you got some experience regarding the hardware and all, but it would have been better if you do directly hardware. So after this, you can try for hardware also. Like you have lot of things in YouTube, so you can directly buy these things from online. As the situation is not good, you can directly try to buy this in online and try some experiments
Also,
regarding or
many
whatever.
projects.
Acha, you have done already.
Yes.
That's good. But if you are trying for Raspberry Pi, Python and all, you can find out one institute. I think SmartBridge, sir. He can once
Regarding
check into SmartBridge also. I think they are also providing some Raspberry Pi, Node-RED and all training. I think.
instead they can go with Intenshala.
Intenshala is also there.
SmartBridge, I feel they are completely commercial.
Commercial only.
So you can search Internshalla where you will get internships and trainings related to many things.
Okay, sir.
Okay then. Thank you all. I think uh, you got some information. I think there are many participants who could not come online due to some schooling or something, school classes or something. So for those, I think all the links have been uploaded. Only one YouTube link is to be uploaded of today. That will upload and we'll update that today. And if there are any courses maybe on Raspberry Pi and all, we'll update you soon.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you all. Yeah. Sir, shall we close the session? Shall we
Yeah.
end the meeting?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, fine. Thank you. Yeah.